All right, so we seem to be running, or we seem to be live already. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. All right, guys, so welcome to episode 7, I believe. I reshot 7 a couple times just because I had some issues appear. Yeah, I believe we're in 7. Let me just double make sure. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, I heard myself. I don't know if you guys thought that was weird. But yeah, guys, welcome to episode 7. Right off the bat, I just want to address just a question that was asked in one of the other streams, and that was going on Reddit and asking people what do they think of the product. And honestly, that is a pretty good that's a pretty good way to go about it. The only thing that I would tell you if you plan to go on Reddit and ask people what do you think about my product is try not to sound spammy. Try not to sound like you're selling something. Just genuinely ask people what do they think about this. The reason you don't want to sound like you're selling stuff is because you're going to get a lot of backlash from people on Reddit, since the people on Reddit don't really like to they really don't like ads, or they really don't like being sold to. So if you guys decide to go that route, then just ask them for their personal opinion. Be like, hey, what about this? What do you think about this? This seems like a good idea, but don't make it sound like an ad. Don't make it sound like you're trying to sell it to them. Just tell them like, hey, I saw this product. Take a look at this. So just make it sound like you're just their friend, which you're just their friend in the community. Tell them like, hey, look at this, and you're just looking out for them. So that's what you want to do. Don't try to force a sell or be like, hey, do this and this. What up, Oloisio? What's up, dude? What's up? Yeah, sorry about that. I just had some little technical difficulties in the previous stream. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, dude. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But yeah, for that, you just make sure when you go on Reddit and you ask people, and this is for almost any forums, people don't like being sold to. So just make it genuine. Be like, hey, what do you think of this product? And don't force the product, or don't force a sell onto the customer or onto people on forums. Trust me, guys, I had a pretty bad experiences with trying to sell stuff on Reddit. Yeah, people don't like it. All right, guys. So remember, if you guys have any questions, ask them as I'm doing my research, and we'll answer them as we go along. All right, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to start saying my thought process out loud, even though it sometimes might throw some of you guys off, but hey. All right, so what I would recommend, or what I'm going to be doing, see, I didn't even know what the hell I was saying there. So what I'm going to be doing is, I kind of know the direction that I need to go to. I kind of have an idea of what I need to do. What's up, dude? Which are alien arms or hands? I have an idea of what I want to do. I want to focus on, since I did my research and I was going through the Reddit, I want to focus on something security measure. I want to focus on something that is minimal for when people travel, because people like traveling light, and something for underwater. Not much of a problem. This is more like very niche specific for people who do underwater shots or who travel to places with high humidity. Just because I saw that it was a problem within the forum that I was looking for. Obviously, this is not the only forum I'm going to do my research on. There's a lot more forums, but it's a good starting point. And don't overcomplicate things by trying to spend so long or a good amount of time doing research and not doing anything else and only focusing on research. It's good at one point, but if you're doing it too intensely, when you're spending 2 weeks just doing research and not even trying to test the products, you kind of want to move a little bit into, like, after 2 weeks doing research, you kind of want to move into looking for products and kind of testing things out, so that you don't spend all your time doing research and never actually do anything. Because trust me, guys, I've been there where it's like, oh, I'm doing research, and all I do is just research, but never focus on the product. Let's see. So like I said, I want to focus on something that's security-wise and minimal. And that's what I want to look for. And again, this helps when you do your research like this. It helps because it gives you a sense of direction and you're not just going in blindly. I'm gonna type in product research. Okay, let me move myself to the side. There we go. Let's see what would do well. Trying to think of a couple of things that would do well, or something minimal. I'm trying to see if I can come up with something, but I can't think of just anything off the top of my head that would be minimal and for photography. Travel. And if you guys see me type in weird stuff or weird letter combinations onto AliExpress, it's just because the way that AliExpress works is that not all the time you're gonna be able to just search for specific things. Sometimes you just have to throw in keywords, just because this is a Asian. It is an Asian store, and the language don't translate so well. So sometimes I just throw in little keywords here and there, and that works well for me. So I don't have to type in traveling gear for camera. So I could just put travel camera or just gear camera and things pop up. For the same reason that if you guys are looking for Nike stuff or Adidas stuff on AliExpress, which you could find, which would be counterfeited items, but I mean, you could find them, but you're not gonna type in Nike sweaters. You're gonna type in something like Swish or Leaf brand, something like that. So I'm using the same exact concept to search for other products. So just keep that in mind if you guys are ever looking for counterfeited items, which I don't know why you should, but I mean, there's that. Okay. See, these lighters are good. They're pretty expensive. I actually have one, but it's not, oh wait, is this manual? Yeah, it's manual. I like this. This looks very compact. I mean, I might have this as, a filler product to create a brand off of it. I would just get that logo switched out, but I mean, this is nice. Oh, okay. Let's see this. Wait, does it come with this? See, my question is, does this come with the little legs? Because that would be really nice if it does. Oh, okay, wait, hold up. All right, this is really nice here. Kind of high ticket item. Looks very compact, very nice. You could create a really high-end store off of this. But yeah, this looks really, really nice. And then you have the whole diagram and everything, which you could then add to your store. What I would do for diagrams like this, guys, I know I get a little bit off topic here, but when I'm doing this and I add it to my store, I don't just copy and paste everything. I would go ahead and grab the main. Finally got me live. Yeah, dude. What I would do is I would go ahead and grab these images and then just change the letters on Photoshop or any photo editing software and make them look a lot nicer, because I just don't like these fonts. But I would grab these images to kind of use as a diagram for when I'm showing the product off or I'm just advertising it. What's up, bro? What's up, Dimitri? Just go ahead and ask questions, dude. I'm here to answer them as I'm doing my research. All right, so you could kind of play around with the tension of how it slides or how smoothly it slides. All right, so it looks like it does not come with this tripod, a little mini tripod. It looks like it's just a slider. If I could find a tripod to go with it and you could sell it as a combination, that'd be really cool. Okay, let's see this. I mean, here we're starting to get into those higher ticket items, which I know some of you guys are probably thinking like, wait, what the hell with this little thing for like 240? Yeah, camera stuff gets pretty fucking expensive. Okay, this is really nice. Dude, you could just make a camera store based off of only using products like this, like just arms and sliders and stuff like that. Like, what is this one store called? I think it's called Rhino. Oh. Rhino camera gear. So I know this is a little bit, again, well, no, not really, actually. It's product research. What am I talking about? This would be a good store that I might just look around at and kind of get some inspiration from. Yeah, I don't really like dealing with electronics. Now with camera equipment, let me see. I don't think I have any electronic stuff or electrical stuff on here. Ah, crap! I accidentally exited out. Yeah, I don't like dealing with electronics. Like I said, just because you have to deal with returns, and then the way that if you deal with returns, what I would suggest is you set up set up some sort of damn, I lost my brain of thought. Lost my thought there. What was it? You want to set up a PO box. There you go. You want to set up a PO box and have the item sent there. The only issue is that sometimes after a set amount of times, the electronics stop working. So it might be like 2 or 3 months, and they might not be eligible for a refund because you might have a refund for 30 days, and the customer gets irritated and they start telling people and whatnot, and then you just start losing customers. And what you want to do is you want to take care of that customer well enough so that they start returning, or they're constantly returning. That's how you really maintain a store. You don't just always want to get cold customers. So that's the problem with electronics. Unless you've tested it yourself and order it and have a high confidence in that product, I would suggest you stay away from electronics. Maybe the higher ticket items because they're better built, but overall, I just don't really like messing with electronics. Yeah, I don't believe I have anything that's electronic on my stuff, except for kind of this with the laser, but yeah, dude. But that's how I'd go ahead and deal with the returns. I would just get them sent to a PO box. Then the part or the difficult part becomes getting rid of that or trying to sell that item again, or when somebody wants them sent a replacement item, they have to wait a while to get that replacement item. Yeah, bro, no worries. No problem. Just keep on asking, dude. Keep on asking. Okay, you guys see this store, the Rhino store? This is kind of what I'm trying to do with my store. They sell equipment for your store. For your store, for your cameras. So this is something that I would do. This is a really well-designed website, but obviously they don't do drop shipping. They really design their products and focus on engineering their products and whatnot. But I could brand my store well enough that it looks like this, and it makes it look like if I'm producing the products, which at that point it becomes just really easy to sell to people. Obviously, I won't be able to put this here because then that would be just false advertising. That would just be false advertising if I just put, used by this and this and this. But here's the thing. If faulty. Here's the thing. If you guys want to brand this store or brand a certain store, what I would do here is I might not say used by this and this and this, but I might target influencers and say used, or our products are used by these influencers, and send them a free product so they could use it. So that's something that I might do. All right, guys, where was I? Here we go. And I'm not sure if you're asking what would I do if it's faulty or if the product is faulty. It's going back to the question that was asked right now about what do you do, how do you deal with returns on electronics? If the product is faulty, see that's the thing that I don't like dealing with electronics because of that. If it's faulty, sometimes you just have to take that loss, and then there's those times where the customer they really like the product but it was just faulty, and you have to send them another one, and then they have to wait another couple of weeks to get it, which I'm pretty sure they're going to get annoyed. and they're just not going to buy from you ever again. So like I said, electronics, I kind of don't like dealing with them. I kind of like staying away from them unless you yourself are manufacturing the electronics, or you are in charge of every aspect of your store. But at that point, you're kind of, moving into private label territory. I'm trying to see how would people use this. I mean, it looks good, but I'm not sure how people would use this product. This red one pops out a lot more. Okay, you just use it kind of like a crane. Hey, that's good to hear, dude. I'm glad you're building your store. Glad you're getting things going. It's easy to build a store. Yes, it's easy to build a store, but having a successful store, now that's a whole different story. Yeah, I actually took off the mask just because it was kind of hard to grow with a mask on and to do a lot more stuff. It's pan and tilt. Yeah, it's pan and tilt. I'm kind of like this one because it has those little red accents. See, if I was just more, which I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be branding the store. I'm going to try to see if I could find products with a lot of black and red. That's like one of my favorite color combinations. So I might just make this store just black and red and just have everything black and red in that store. So then when people go to that store, they're like, oh, I really like that color combination or that color palette, or just have pure black and red. And then that's what my store brand is known for having these dark products with a little bit of red accents. And then that's, again, how you create a brand, or how you brand yourself a little bit different than everybody else. Even though you limit the amount of products you have, but you stay on theme. And then people remember that. They're like, oh, I like this because I remember I found a lot of black and red products. Or when they're looking for a certain product, they're like, oh, I want something that looks nice, but it's also also helps me out. So I'm going to go to this store. And then that's how you really, really build your drop shipping store, or you really build a brand, is by having those returning customers. Yeah, I think I might add this one. This one looks nicer. You guys, I'm really excited when it comes time to actually put the website together, because that's one of my favorite things to do, putting the websites, taking the images of the products, really creating a really nice brand. All right, let's see. This looks interesting. Okay, this is just to move the tripod around. Let me add that to my notes, actually, black and red. Just to make sure that I stay in the theme with black and red. Use what equipment? Like just use all the Shopify equipment, or are you talking about the camera equipment, or what exactly, bro? Do you mean? Because yeah, I mean, setting up a store should be pretty easy. It's just that a lot of people get tied up with marketing, with finding the right audience, targeting correctly. Just that's what a lot of people tend to fall short on. So weird, but it's such a weird pose. Oh, by the way, guys, talking about the black and red theme, I might get backs that are like this. So this would go really nice if my whole theme was just black and red for my store. Oh yeah, the photo equipment. Yeah, I know just some photo equipment. I don't know everything, but yeah, dude, some equipment is just a little bit confusing to use. Not confusing, but just difficult. Especially if you've never used it before. Sometimes you're like, wait, what? Or you know what I hate? Oh, you're a photographer too? Oh, that's cool, dude. I'm not really a photographer. I'm more of just like filming. I like messing around with the colors, with the focal lengths. I just like filming more. Do some photography, but not really much. But that's cool. That's really cool, dude. You should definitely use that to your advantage when it comes time to advertise your products or just take photos of your products. That definitely comes in handy. Dude, I honestly feel that's one of the skill levels that everybody who's getting into business should learn, just so they could really stand out from everybody else, because a lot of people take crappy pictures. And then for photo, I really don't use that much gear. For photo, I just use the Sony a6500 and the 16 millimeter Sigma, and I use 28 millimeter. And then a diffuser, well, not diffuser, but I use some, what are they called? I use some filters so that, where is it? Oh, yeah, I use some little filters and whatnot. The Pro Mist, which I've been using lately. I don't know if you know what the Pro Mist filter is, the one to make your skin a little bit silkier. Dude, I love that filter, even though it's pretty expensive, but I love that filter. I've been using it on almost every video. Dude, this backpack really caught my eye, but that's just because that's the red interior. See, I don't like that green. That orange. Okay, yeah, let's move away from this before I just start really shopping for myself instead of doing the research. But I do the Pro Mist filter is one of my favorite filters. Do you use any filters, or what equipment do you use? Okay, I'm just getting a bunch of cameras. Just the UV? Nah, I don't even use the UV lens. Oh, well, no, actually, I think I use a fader. Yeah, it's a fader. It's just, I believe it's up to 6 stops. I think it's the one we're talking about. Yeah, it's the same one, the UV. I think it's the same one. Dude, I haven't done my, wait. Yeah, it's the same one, but, wait. Filter, 6 stops. Yeah. I think we're talking about the same one. I'm not sure if they have the same name though. I think. But it's the one that just slides, that you could control how many stops of light comes, or controls the stop of Damn, I'm losing my train of thought here, dude. But hopefully you understand what I'm going with. Yeah, it was the 6 stops of light. I got what was it, a 10 stop, but it was just like, that's it. Like you couldn't move it around to kind of play with how many stops you wanted to go down. It was a pain in the ass, especially because I only record here and I only shoot here. Oh yeah, dude, I bet, especially harsh ass sun. See, for me, I only shoot indoors. Pretty much only shoot indoors, and I was like, the 10 one was way too much, so I had to go down to a 6 or 1 through 6 because I want to be able to control it, just because sometimes I shoot at nighttime and I don't want that much light. But it's especially useful when I'm trying to shoot outside and have that low aperture, have like shoot on a 1.4 and not have everything just really, really bright. So yeah, it comes handy. Let's see. Let's try to do film. Start selling cranes and shit. That'd be so extra. You drop ship all this. Okay, what is this? Oh, this looks really cool. For the GoPros. I had a GoPro. I think I bought it and only used it for like, what was it? Like 2 times, 3 times, and I never used it again. Just ended up reselling it. That was such a waste of money. But I mean, hey, I kind of figured out what I like and what I don't like. Attach multiple GoPros. See, this is nice. The only thing that I would struggle with would be selling this to somebody. Like, who exactly would I sell this to? That's what I'm trying to ask myself, by the way, guys. I know that some of you guys could be thrown off by that, but I'm just kind of going through the thought process of how I would look for stuff, or how I am looking for stuff. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of who would I sell this to. I know they're giving me pictures here, but I mean, I feel like this is such a unique product, or you only use it in such a unique situation that it's not necessary all the time. It's just something that you use here and there to add just a cool little effect. But I feel like you would need multiple products to get this type of shot, or get a 360 shot. Yeah, the product is cool, but I just feel like I'm gonna struggle selling it to people. It's not something that people are gonna use all the time. Okay, this might come in handy actually, because I know that I sometimes struggle with getting everything level, and I don't want to be moving the tripod, because sometimes you have it set in a really nice position where you move the tripod and it's just like you just like playing with it, and it becomes a pain in the ass if you have a camera, like a really big camera. For example, I have my rig. Let me just show you guys. All right, so wait, am I on camera? Okay, it's okay. I have my rig here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it becomes a pain in the ass when you're switching stuff because you have to lift it and then just do that, kind of play with it, and then get the other one to try to line it up correctly. And if you have a lot of equipment on the, sorry if that was too loud. If you have a lot of equipment on your camera, it becomes a pain in the ass. Because I'm constantly struggling with it, because that's when I film, that's the struggle that I have. So this would definitely come in handy, and it matches the theme that I'm going with, which is black and red. I just had to fix, give me a second, just have to fix this before my camera falls over. All right, we're good. So as I was saying, guys, this would definitely come in handy. See, this is something that people would constantly use. And then filming the video for this, oof, you just film people struggling with, leveling their pictures, and then show people how they have to hold the camera and then hold the tripod thing. So yeah, this would definitely be a good product, and it's nicely priced. I mean, you are buying it for $21, $25, but if you sell this for like $50, $55, yeah, this would be pretty cool. I know some of you guys are probably wondering like, wait, what the hell? Who's gonna buy this little thing for $40? And believe me, guys, camera stuff are pretty fucking expensive. For example, I bought this one thing just to hold the cables together. It's like this clip for my camera cage, and it was $16, just a little clip. So camera stuff do get pretty expensive. So I like this. This definitely helps with stabilizing everything. See, I'm finding products that I didn't even know there were solutions for. Because I never really did a store that was based off something like this, like my biggest hobby, I should say. I always did other products, but it's a lot easier when it comes to doing what you like. Okay, I think there's different versions of it. This one would be a lot nicer. I feel like this one, yeah, because it's just like a little ball that swivels around. Yeah. If this was red, that would be so nice. Like, I would actually buy it, but let's see if I could find it. Yeah, this would be just like the product that I showed you guys, just like the one that I added right now. But the difference is that it doesn't have those 3 little screws. It would just be one, and then it moves around like a little plate. I mean, it's all black, so it would go with the store. The only thing is, if you're doing private labeling or want to create a brand, it's gonna throw people off if you have another brand in here. So it's better if you could find it all black. If you can't, then I mean, you'd still do it, but it's just a little bit wonky. See, something maybe like this. It doesn't have any brand. That's the exact same thing. There's just no logo, which I would prefer, especially if you are trying to create a brand. If you are just drop shipping random products and don't care about creating a brand, which honestly, guys, you should be caring, because that's how you build, or that's how you create a store that keeps bringing you revenue month after month. But if you're not, then obviously you could sell whatever product you want. But if you are, try to sell something that doesn't have any logos. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add this product too. Okay, here we have something with red. Let's see. Okay, this is just for turning. No, okay, yeah, I really don't care about this. Well, not that I don't care, but this is not something that I would add to my store. Just go all random and start adding this. So essentially what I'm going to be creating is just a store that lasts, a store that's actually well branded and that's going to bring you recurring revenue month after month, or something that customers are going to be able to return to and buy from. So we're just basically creating a whole brand. Again, guys, Again, guys, feel free to ask questions if you have any questions as I'm doing my research. I know I'm just rambling here, but just kind of thinking out loud, just so that you guys could kind of see the thought process that goes behind researching for products. And keep in mind, guys, there's no like real way, like you have to do this and this and this and this to find your product. There's really no right way to do it. You just have fun and just search as much as you can. So this is again why I recommend that you have a product, or that you're selling a product that you really enjoy, or in a niche that you really enjoy. Just because from my experience, I've sold products and niches that I don't really enjoy all that much. For example, before I started switching over to this, I was doing the cooking niche. I don't enjoy it, but I mean, I know how to do the research. I just thought I share with you guys something that I enjoy. So that's why I decided to switch over to this. So yeah, guys, if you guys are finding it difficult to find products and just are not feeling it, try to sell on a niche that you enjoy, so you could create a brand off of it. And the customer's going to notice that you're a lot more passionate about it. So it's going to be easier to convert those customers over to sales, because they know that you're passionate and that you really care about this product, and it's a really well thought out brand. And you looked for all these products that people are going to enjoy, or that people are going to benefit in your niche, and they're going to notice that. So it's going to be easier to get sales. How do you bundle products when advertising? How do I bundle products when advertising? It depends on obviously the products that you're selling, but let's just say, yeah, dude, go ahead and ask questions. I'm just gonna go ahead and answer Dimitri's question first, but go ahead. I'll answer your question afterwards. Yeah, like add-ons. Okay, you basically have to either, in the way that you do it on advertising, you just wanna go ahead. It's like, oh, buy this and get this free, or just have an image. I would have to show you an image of it, but you would just grab an image of, let me just try to find something that you could add an add-on to. So let's just say this, you're selling this tripod here. You could say, oh, with the purchase of this tripod, or with the purchase of the, where was it? The little slider here, the one we were just looking at. To be able to level everything, you could say, oh, with the purchase of this, you get a free tripod, and then just have an image of the tripod next to it and just have free. Or when you're making a video, just at the end of the video, put, oh, get a free tripod, or free tripod included, or something like that. Just let the customer know that you have a free item. But when you go over to ship the product, you have to talk with your supplier, let your supplier know that every time you buy this, to also include this. Just and contact your supplier. That's like the biggest thing. If you're trying to bundle things, contact your supplier, let them know that you want to bundle things together, and they're going to go ahead and set you up in their own thing, and they're going to take care of you. But just message your supplier, let them know that you want to bundle things together. And Aloisi, go ahead, bro, ask your question. But for Dimitri, dude, yeah, just you want to contact your supplier and let them know that you want to bundle products together, and make sure that the supplier sells those both products that you're bundling. All right, so for the workaround on, the question is how do you define your audience and product, and would you recommend going with a single product, a product niche, or a single product store? And the thing is, okay, if you're just starting off and you're completely new to dropshipping, I would recommend that you stay away from single product stores, even though it looks easier. That's funny. Even though it looks easier to sell a single product, it's a little bit more risk just because you're putting all your time and all your money and all your resources basically into a single product, and you're just hoping that that product going to work, because most of the time if you're brand new, you're not going to know exactly what you're doing. You might mess up here and there, just like everybody does. So I would recommend to open up a store that's in your niche, or a niche related product, or a store that's niche related. So you could sell multiple products of that niche, so you could test multiple products. Because if you do a single product store, if that product doesn't do well, if you tested everything out and you're just noticing that, yeah, this product's not going to work out, you're going to feel kind of bummed out, because you're going to have to start all over from scratch. And maybe that you're not going to feel like that the first couple of times, but after a while, you're going to get kind of annoyed that you have to create this whole store just for a single product. And if it doesn't work, you have to create another one. So this is why I recommend to first do a niche store. And if you really want to do a single product store, do a niche store first, find out what sells well. And then once you found the product that does well for you, then you do a single product store based off that product that you tested out first on a niche store. So that would be that. Let's see, defining your audience and your products. So again, if you guys already are into a niche, for example, in the camera niche, it's going to be a lot easier for me to define the product that if I were to go into a niche that I have no idea. For example, the cooking one, which was the first store that I was going around and doing. So the way that you define a audience when it comes time to advertising is that you want to test a lot. Like, you have to test intensively. For example, you want to test the females, the male, between age groups of this and this, and then make sure that the interest is always the same, and you're just split testing the different ages. Then once you figure out what age group and what gender gives you the most brings you the most traffic and gets you the most amount of sales, then you want to start playing around with the interest to see what works for you and what doesn't. And then for your interest, you want the interest to be related to the product that you're selling to. For example, on this, I would for the camera equipment, I would target people like people who follow people like Peter McKinnon. Who else? I'm trying to think people off the top of my head, but I just forgot their names. You want to target people who are into Manfrotto, people who are into Rhino, which was the store we were just looking at. And then after that, after getting that cold traffic from targeting those people, after you start getting some traffic, you want to run a lookalike audience campaign. And what that is basically Facebook is going to start. By the way, guys, I don't know if you're supposed to use Facebook too, or you're not supposed to, but I would recommend that you use Facebook for advertising and finding your audience. So as I was saying, once you start getting some traffic into your store, you could run a lookalike audience. So what that does is that Facebook is gonna look for people that are similar to the people who were in your store and who purchased or who added to the cart. People who like those same things, people who are into that same market, but just gonna find new people. So that's essentially how you go looking for audience or defining your audience. And obviously, the more sales you get or the more visitors you get onto your store, the more Facebook has more information to work with, and then creates a new audience that is gonna perform well because they're very, very similar to the people who've already purchased from you or people who've already added to the cart and visited your store. Yeah, dude, no problem. Hopefully I didn't sound a little bit too confusing there. Hopefully you knew about Facebook ads or kind of have an idea of Facebook ads. All right, let me get away from this product because I feel like I've been in this product forever. Dude, I've always wanted to use one of these. I remember I was looking to get one of these just for the office here. I don't know for what. Not this big, obviously, but a little crane one, just to make some shots. But honestly, I would only use it like 2 or 3 times. That's what ended up happening with the GoPro. I only used it like 2 or 3 times, and that's it. Ooh. I might sell something like this too on the store, especially during winter. Or you know what I would do? I would target the countries that aren't in winter right now. This would be really cool for filmmakers. I'm pretty sure you could get this on like Amazon and whatnot, but just have it as a little add-on item. That'd be pretty cool. I feel like I should have some music playing in the background because sometimes I'm just quiet and I feel like some of you guys are just like, okay, what the hell? I'm just watching somebody just sit in the computer. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely sell this to people who are into cameras. This is just a little novelty item. I feel like this one would be better. The one with various lenses. Wait, is it just a single lens? Oh, never mind. I thought it was I thought it was all these lenses for 11. I was gonna say, yeah, this is definitely gonna work, just because you're getting a lot of lenses for $11. But nah, it's just for each one, which actually makes more sense. All right, gotta get away from this. Let's see if we just camera, IP, Wi-Fi, drone, bag, spy camera. Spying equipment might be a thing, but I mean, at that point, you're kind of gravitating more towards like home security or just spy stuff. Oh, this is cool. That's a little camera. Yeah, I would not sell that, guys. I would not sell actual camera equipment. I mean, actual cameras, just because I don't know how well they perform. And yeah, that's why I recommend not to stay away from, or to stay away from electronics, just because you don't know how well they're going to do. Any other ways to research? Just go on forums. So what I would do is, for example, I like photography. We're going to do photo forums. Let's do filming. So just going through forums, dude. Honestly, that would be one of my best advices, to go to forums that are related to your niche, and then just kind of look through them. If you could, make an account, get to know the community, ask questions, be like, hey, what do you guys struggle with the most, or yeah, something like that. Just post a post on a forum, be like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or hey, what do you guys think it's like the top 5 most annoying things that you have to deal with in your niche? Or what are for filmmakers, what are the top 5, most annoying things that you guys have to deal with as filmmakers that have to do with your gear? Or just ask questions like that, like genuine questions, but don't tell them like, hey, I'm selling this, what products would you buy? Don't do that, just because it throws off a lot of people and people are like, yeah, you're just gonna try to sell to me. So just generally ask questions. You could say, hey, I'm just getting started with this. What are 5 struggles that you guys typically go to? Or what are some 5 problems or a couple problems that you guys face with your equipment, or things that you would like to see improved? So just ask genuine questions to the community and you're gonna get some replies. And then based off what you get, you obviously do your product research that way. Another way, honestly, dude, that's like my best way, would be just forums. Just because you actually get to talk with the community and not just read numbers. You actually get to see, or get to get answers about what people are struggling with and what they are looking for. And you're not just guessing. But yeah, forums, create accounts if you can. But yeah, dude, you see, just go on forums. There's going to be people asking questions about gear. Just, I know you're probably not doing camera equipment, but in your niche, just ask questions. Just ask genuine questions, and that should be cool. That you should be good from there. You could obviously also use places like Audience Insights. You could use places like Google Trends, but you're not gonna get really precise answers as you would with forums. So forums, honestly, one of the best ways to do your research. But that's only if you are doing a research in a niche and not selling trendy products. For trendy products and stuff like that, I mean, you're gonna have to use Google Trends more and just use AliExpress more. And I plan on doing just a couple more product research, or I'm gonna actually move over to to doing the branding and then looking for the audience on Facebook Insights, and then just kind of continue this alongside it. So yeah, dude, honestly don't know how many more there's going to be, but I'm going to start adding a little bit more variety, so it's not just product research and it's a little bit more of everything. Men, utensils, watches, shoes, camping. All right, so you could do a very masculine looking website. Just that's the first thing that came into mind when you said men, utensils, watches, shoes, camping. Try to do a really, this is just again from like what I would recommend and based off what you told me. I would really recommend that you do something that's either very masculine and then just have that be your niche, like a very masculine website that sells men's utensils, watches, and all that stuff. Yeah. And then keep a theme with it. So if you use certain colors, have your store have those certain colors all the time or most of the time. For example, like I was going to do the black and red, or I'm going to do the black and red. You might want to do black, blue, and gray, or just black, or just blue. That would be another way to go a little bit above and beyond and stand out, but it's going to be sometimes difficult to find products that are only in a certain color or that match that same color. But yeah, dude, definitely try to think about it that way. And yeah, just that's like the first thing that came to mind when you said that it was just a very manly looking website. It's very niche specific, that when you see it, it's like, yep, this is a guy stuff. Like this is definitely just a guy website. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about, or you kind of get an idea of what I mean. All right, what am I looking at this camera for? Dude, I keep getting the same product. Wait, did I thought I closed it down. Yeah, that would match with the store. And this product would, like I said, would match with the store, but I feel like these things don't have as much use. Ooh, 400. Like this is something that you only gonna use when you're shooting, let's say, cars or certain things. Hey bro, no problem. Glad I can make your day easier. Yeah, I feel like these products, even though they look kind of cool, they only have a use for a specific thing. So I might not do this right off the bat. I might just want to focus on products that people use every day or they constantly use. And then once you build the audience, once you build a good amount of customers, or a good amount of customers for your store, then you could move over to like those very, very niche specific products like this. But I feel like at that point you have to already have some sort of name behind you so that people feel comfortable, spending $2,000 on something. Because you're gonna sell it for $1,750. You're not gonna sell it for $1,750. You're gonna add some price to it. I mean, you're gonna add some money to it, or you're gonna add to it so that you could make some sort of profit. Or like this, imagine selling, drop shipping this, like that would be so crazy. It's like, oh, buy this, free shipping. That'd be so funny. All right, guys, I feel like I'm just like kind of just roaming around, not really finding anything right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here, and we'll continue later. Like I said, I'm gonna try to move over towards focusing on finding or nailing down your niche, or how I go about researching the niche or researching the audience for the niche. So that should be the next live stream. I might, what is today, Friday? I'm gonna try to go live again on Saturday, if not Monday for sure, which I'll try to move the live streams to another thing, so it's not just product research. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now I have to end this. I always find it weird to end anything, to be honest. All right, guys, later.